everyone, and welcome to TV Skywriter, where I introduce you to really cool people I want you to know. So today's guest will be 𝗦𝗫 Henderson-Day. Somehow, she has put together a business that merges health, fun, and community, somehow all in one. So let's meet 𝗦𝗫 and see what's going on with 𝗦𝗫Fun.com, where she is the Chief Fun Officer. Hey, it's time for TV Skywriter. Hey, 𝗦𝗫, how are you?
Hey, Pat, how are you?
I'm doing great. Really happy to have you here. As always, you're wearing something bright and beautiful, just like I knew you would.
You know,
Colorful.
I had to represent.
I know. So I don't remember when we met, but I used to be your DJ when you used to host these really super fun line dance parties all over different venues around town. And of course, COVID-19 put an end to that. But that didn't stop you. So it did not stop you. You're still doing, well, you had to swerve. And you did, because you have your line dance classes online, and you're putting on some other events that I think we need to talk about. So tell us all about 𝗦𝗫's Fun. What is that?
Well, I started with 𝗦𝗫's Fun was supposed to have been 𝗦𝗫's writing books, because I've always wanted to be a writer. But, you know, life gives you some curves and, you know, some challenges, and you have to kind of dream deferred. And so when I started the business, that's how you and I met. We were at a community college seminar. And for some reason, instead of me writing books, I started having line dance parties, because line dance is my happy place. And, you know, you and I have worked together, so you know I can be afraid up until that moment you cut the music on and everything just goes out the window. And so, you know, I still write because I am an entrepreneur, so I have to do it all. So I'm still getting my writing in, and I did officially write the first novel. So but it took a while because I was too busy line dancing. And when COVID kicked in, I knew I just couldn't stop what I was doing. So we do everything on Zoom. I have taken Zoom to a whole nother level, you know. So Memorial Day, we had a virtual cookout. The 4th of July, we had something. Christmas Eve, we had something. We have changed. We upped our game. I do classes Monday through Friday. And we play bingo once a month for my nonprofit, where we raise money to help families that's in need.
I like that.
I have taught line dance classes or did events for the local homeless shelter. As long as you got access to the internet and a computer, we just do it. So
the people in the shelter participated, or you raised money for the shelter?
No, the people in the shelter raised money.
Nice.
And what they got the participants, and it is such a joy to see me be able to do something that's positive in their life. So I've done it 2 times since the pandemic, and you know, we have children. I have
to point out how cool that is. I really do, because when it comes to people in shelters, very often the only way people think to help them is to give them clothes or give them food, but they forget about the fun aspect of life. I love how you did that.
And they love it. And when they love it, I'm loving it, man. You know, I've just opened myself up to possibilities. You know, my mantra is fierce and limitless. And that's kind of how I treat life now.
Fierce and limitless.
Right. I can be afraid, but that doesn't stop me from doing anything that is my son's elementary school says, anything that I can set my mind to. So, and I've taken on that mantra to give people just a, we go through life challenges, and especially at our nice, wonderful age. We've seen some things and we've gone through some stuff. And what I want to do is create a community where I'm not going to be able to solve all your problems. I know that. But I have gone through so many life challenges so that I can steer you in the direction, give you the answers, so you can release some of that stress. And once you relieve that stress, your quality of life improves. So, and I'm a witness to it. So, and that's what line dance did for me. I had changed my diet. I moved out of my hometown to another area. But the moment I added line dance, then I became healthier. So, you know, as I tell people, they see me scrubbing the floor, dancing and whatnot, and they were like, "Are you serious? You have fibromyalgia?" And I was like, "Yes. If I'm gonna hurt,
fibromyalgia is pretty painful too, isn't it?
Yes,
does it help you feel the pain? Because I know that creates a lot of joint pain. I know.
Yes, it creates a whole lot of problems in your body. But once again, if I'm gonna be in it anyway, I might as well enjoy life while I'm, you know, trying to find my way through it. So, yeah, it's been.
That's nice. So I am accustomed to putting in the Skywriter that you have Monday and Tuesday line dance classes. They're free. They're on Zoom. And it's also slick that you're doing it on Zoom because you don't have to worry about copyright infringement in terms of the music. So I like that too.
You schooled
and
me
so
well.
what else do you have? So I know you have the Monday into, what is it, from 7 until 8, right?
Right.
And then what else do you have going on?
I really don't broadcast that we do Monday through Friday because I know, you know, sometimes people have other things to do, but pretty much we do, unless there's something that caused me to just cannot make it, we normally do classes Monday through Friday. And so now I'm just I'm at the point now where, you know, Monday through Friday, we're trying to keep it fresh. I'm trying to introduce some new songs. I happened to go over a playlist that you and I had in 2017, and I was like, well, what happened to this? What happened to this song? Evidently, I'm not learning somewhere else. So going back through the playlist to see what else we can, you know, whatever we can do. Because once again, it is all about having fun and just release that tension for an hour out of your day, you know, because this pandemic has pretty much created a whole lot of problems in people's lives. And we are social beings, and not being able to have that connection and that touching, and, you know, so I know that Zoom is not the best situation, but it helps you from it being the worst situation. So yeah, we really, I've taken Zoom to a whole nother. We play bingo on Zoom. Yes.
Well, I appreciate that you're doing that, because one of my online friends, I don't know if you're online friends with Sharon, but anyway, she had a Facebook post where she had like a crying eye emoji, and she said, "I just want to hug somebody." And I was like, bless your heart. It is really tough for a lot of people who are forced to stay inside. So while you're forced to stay inside, you might as well dance.
And, you know, and that's the thing about chronic illnesses as well. It can make you, it can put you in a space of social isolation. So one of the things, I think that was the reason why the Lord steered me toward line dancing, because I know what it feels like to feel alone. You can be in a room full of people and nobody knows or can relate to the pain that you're going through. And when you have chronic illnesses, it affects you emotionally, economically, spiritually, and of course physically. So just knowing that if I can create that community where you can come in and feel comfortable and work it out, I'm all for it. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out what our new normal is going to be. We know it's going to be a new normal. This is not the first time that we've gone through some type of major crisis, like the pandemic. So and we got stronger, and we had to change the way we did things. So this too shall pass.
Definitely. And there's one thing I want to point out as your former DJ, observing the crowd, observing you. I have to point this out. Some people might be saying, well, I am in pain, or I am not in the best of health. I don't think I can attend Marvis's line dance class. But one thing I noticed about you, now some people when they line dance, you've seen the YouTube videos where they're going all out and they're doing the extra moves and extra dips and all this kind of stuff. But you have the coolest moves because you really are just kind of floating. You don't have, it might be because of your pain, I don't know, but you don't go all out with the movements. You're very cool with it. And you're just by observing you, people can realize, oh, well, you don't have to overextend yourself and be real strenuous when you line dance. You can just kind of do it real cool, like Marvis does, and still take part. Even if
one of my instructors, she had the nerve to say, and I just laughed. I mean, you know why? And she was like, Miss Marvis just has this one square that she has, and she doesn't go past the square. And I was kind of like, and your point would be, I am moving in the same numbers of steps that you all. When you turning, I'm turning too. It's just that I'm not going to be, I'm not going to do a full spin and a split and whatever. So no, we don't need to do all of that. So yeah, we do modify. I do a lot of modifications because I want people to enjoy the experience, and I don't want them to feel, our other motto is, no man down. We're gonna make sure that you're gonna feel comfortable, and and I be laughing, especially doing Zoom now, because if I'm teaching a one wall dance and I got my back to the people, I got to kind of turn around and keep looking to see, and see the person just stop and not doing anything. I cut the music off and then I go back and I teach it, but I don't spend a lot of time teaching because I know you're not going to get the steps on your first try, and I want you to come back. And I know how it felt when you put me on the spotlight, and it's kind of like, can you just play the music? So I try not to do the things that I know that will make people feel uncomfortable. So but yeah, we do the best we can.
I need to ask you where the line dances come from, because you seem to be up on the latest line dances, but what was curious for me is not all the latest line dances are to the latest songs. You will reach back to something by Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then there's like a line dance for it. And I know there wasn't a line dance back in '79 to Let's Groove. So where do these dances come from?
Well, what I do is YouTube is my best friend, because if I'm hearing a song and I'm thinking to myself, I better line dance to it, and go just to YouTube, type it in, and sure enough, someone has choreographed it. Before the pandemic, we were attending a line dance conference. Don't judge me. Yes, I enjoyed it. 3 days of line dancing. I mean, it is people from all across the country, the people that you have seen on YouTube or Facebook, and they're teaching their dances, and and the camaraderie, and the energy, and so they they pick their songs that hits that, I guess, that heartstring, and it connects to their brain, and and there's a line dance to it. So and I know some of the people, I met some of them, so I kind of know who to follow too. I know who's not going to have a whole lot of spins and dipping and touching the floor. So I have my favorite people I kind of go to see what they creating or what they teaching. And so yeah, it's a line dance that's about every song that is. There's a line dance to it.
Have you ever made up your own?
Well, I was playing around. One day I was looking for another song, and I was on Spotify, and I heard Clarence Carter, Stroking. And the more I heard it, the more I thought about it, the more. So when class started, I went on having class that day, and I just used another dance that we already had learned, and we just did it to Stroking. And the person that was the dance instructor, she picked up on it real quick. Oh, this is the same step as it. And when she turned around, I was just busting out laughing. I was just rolling. So we haven't done it in a while, but so that's why I said sometimes you hear and you realize it is pretty much the same beats, and you can just so yeah. So I did it to that one. I kind of left it alone after that because I spent there's a new song out by Kim, and I just love the song, and I was just like, I needed to learn it. So it took me about 2 months to pick up on it because I had some other things I was doing, and I, now everyone is enjoying it, but I was just like, and I told him, I said, yeah, I had to learn the song because it was just, I hear the song and I'm driving and I want to get out the car and dance, and, so now I got them feeling the same vibe. Now they were like, I said, yes, every time you hear it on the radio, I want you to remember me. So,
and you've seen those videos where have you seen those YouTube videos where they jump out the passenger side and the car's driving slowly and they're dancing alongside of the car? You need to do one of those.
What you say? I need to try one of those.
Yeah, they jump out the car and just start dancing.
Yes, indeed. Well, there's a song, one of the songs says, if you're driving, don't get out your seat. And I was just like, I need to pull over because this is one of those songs. So, yeah, I truly, my happy space is music. And I believe music transcends over, it brings generations together. It brings Black people, white people, Indian. It brings everybody together. It is universal, and sometimes you can like it, and sometimes you may not like it. When I was teaching dance at an elementary school, I knew the children, they loved Old Town Road, but the way it was choreographed, I knew they were not going to pick it up. So I had to modify it, and we got through it. But, as the teacher, I was listening to it at least 5-6 times that day, and I was just kind of like, ooh. So I came up with I found another country song that was a little bit more simpler for them to do, and I was like, just so we can, do the dances. And I found out my elementary children actually like old school R&B better than they did the rap. I was like,
well, because it's more musical. It's more musical. And I was DJing once at the Boys and Girls Club, and this little girl walked up to me and she said, I want you to play something by Stevie Wonder. I said, what you know about Stevie Wonder? She said, my dad ain't nothing but old school. I said, okay. But it's musical. Kids like music, you know. I'm not saying rap is bad, but
No,
I mean, we love music. We love
well,
melodies. We love chords, beats.
in elementary school, I also, when I was teaching dance, I always had some type of social studies. So they weren't just dancing. So we did some math because, you know, 4 steps to the right, 4 steps to the left, 4 steps back. How much is that? How many steps did we do? That's 4 times 3, 12. So,
Oh, that's
you know, they were
cool.
learning. You know, my younger elementary, they were learning clocks because, you know, I would tell them, you know, front is 12, 6 is in the back of you, 3 is on that 9. So, you know, they were learning. So I incorporated because that was the whole point of me teaching it, was to try to get their cognitive skills up. And so, you know, and I talked about sampling, and, you know, so they had, before I let go by Frankie Beverly, then they had Vivian Green's Right Back to My Baby. And then they had another one, you know, that has him, all 3 sampling. And we talked about good sampling and bad sampling, you know, and they took it and ran, you know, they were telling, oh no, you can't, you know, such and such, he didn't get permission. So, you know, that's not right. He took somebody else's work. So, and I was just like, yeah, the parent got to go through a whole lot of what we taught. But once again, it gave them an opportunity to increase their social science skills. So, and, you know, and the history of it also.
And I love when I DJ. I love to see the old folks and the young folks dancing together. And usually it's the line dances that, like you said, brings everyone together of all the different races and ages. It's a beautiful thing to see. It really is. I really, usually, even though, I mean, how many times have I played the wobble? Probably 250,000 times. But I never get tired of it. I just love to see everybody run up and dance to it. It's just so cute.
And, you know, like I said, I probably know over 200 songs, but it never gets old when I hear the wobble or the biker shuffle or Cupid shuffle. I'm still out there dancing. No, and one of my instructors, she didn't realize when I first moved to Durham, I didn't know how to do the wobble because I wasn't, you know, I wasn't social and I wasn't active. I was going through, you know, I had gone through a terrible divorce. You know, I was trying to raise my son, so I didn't get out and participate, you know, on the social scene. And so I didn't know how to do the wobble when I came to Durham. And she was just like, well, you know, in the step aside the wobble. And I was kind of like, oh. So I had to hurry up and learn the wobble because I realized there is, you know, wherever you go, they're gonna put it on, and you know, so I had to learn some stuff. My son, he's a young man who's graduated from college now, and when he came home after college, I was in a webinar, and the person said something about good and bad change, and I said, have I changed? And he said, oh, yes, ma'am. And I was like, you've been waiting on this one. You know, don't, you know, back up and see what. So I said, you know, so what's bad? You know, what is bad about what I do? He said, you stay up all times of the night. Like,
up all night.
All right. That sounds good to me. I know when I couldn't get 4 hours of sleep, so me staying up all night and partying, hey, I'm good. So then I asked him, I said, what's good? And he says, you laugh more. And that meant so much to me. You know, I could never have put it into words, but he had been observing me. He had watched me as a child, you know, and he probably doesn't really remember when I was actually working because once I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, then, you know, it just took away my quality of life. You know, I wasn't working, so I
Mhm.
didn't have my career. I wasn't active in the community. And so, you know, for him to see me battle my way back up to where I am, you know, I have a business now where I'm teaching line dancing. I've also, that 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, I have 2 books out now. So I have a nonfiction
Okay.
and a fiction book.
Let me
And
see. I know you have your book sitting there. Let me see your book.
yeah, I'm always, because I should have been, if this was supposed to have been on sale this week because of the Super Bowl, and I totally
Mhm.
forgot it. So I'm going to have it on sale for the draft in April. So, but the book is
What's it?
called
It's a
Nine
football
Lives.
book. What's it about? 9
Yes,
lives.
it is the story of a college football player and his mother. He has to make a decision on whether or not he's going to stay his senior year in college or is he going to enter
Mhm.
the NFL draft.
Mm.
And in 4 years, he had served for either near death or someone that died around him. And it
Wow.
changed the way he thought about life. So if you want to find out if he went to the NFL his
Don't tell me. Don't tell
year
me.
or did he stay, purchase the book. You can find it on Amazon. And then while we were doing the pandemic, I took a self-publishing class. So
Mhm.
this is self-published, but I took a class that where I could understand the business of publishing. And
Okay.
as a result, I have a non-fiction book called Every Storm Runs Out of Rain. It's an ebook.
Mm.
And it talks about, and um, I did all of the photography for the book, for this particular book. Um,
Okay. And what is that one about?
this one is just Every Storm Runs Out of Rain, and it's pretty much talking about, I probably have about 10, 11 stories that talks about my drizzles, hurricanes. You know, fibromyalgia was a tsunami for me. And then I
Wow.
have some
Wow.
beautiful days. And so I
Mm.
just talk about some of the things that storms I've gone through in life. And, you know, just
Mhm.
pretty much let people know you still you can overcome those storms. At some point, the rain
Nice.
stops. And
Mhm.
you always going to have some storms. But if you have your emergency management toolkit,
Mhm.
then you can make it through those storms. So, and pretty much that's what it was. That's pretty much what it's about.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Amazon, right?
This one, no, I am the publisher. So this one is through Limitless Publishing Company. So,
Limitless
yes.
Publishing. Oh, is that you?
Yes, that's
Okay.
me. That's me. Yeah, so
Okay.
I took a course and found out the business of it and realized how much money Amazon was getting out of it. And I was kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. So, and then found it, you know, it's not found it because I'm still in the course. But since you and I been hanging out, I became a doctoral student. Um,
Ooh,
and hopefully
PhD.
I am going to be Dr. Marvis before the end of the year. So I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it,
Yeah.
owning it. I'm at the dissertation
Okay.
stage. So hopefully that work that I've been putting in to get that doctorate will be, it was a dream deferred. I wish my mother
Mm.
was alive so she could see that I did move to that
Mhm.
next step in my
Yeah.
education. And it is in education and organizational leadership with an
Mhm.
emphasis in healthcare administration. So
Mm.
I
Nice.
want to, so Dr. Fauci, you know, hang in there, keep the seat warm. Hopefully, I'll be
Uh-oh.
over there. And if I can't be, if I can't take your position, then maybe I can at least sit
You can
beside
help
him
him. Yeah.
and talk about, well, the thing, my dissertation is talking about African American adults with chronic illnesses and their
Okay.
experiences. So
Mhm.
hopefully we'll be doing some data collection, because we realize that African American adults don't get as healthier. Our health doesn't improve at the same rate as other groups. And we need to
Okay.
find out why. And the
Okay.
best way to do it is to ask them. So
Okay.
that's kind of what I've been working on. So hopefully data collection will be in the next 2 months. As soon as I
I'm
get this
eager to hear more about that. If you
well,
ever want to
you
come
will.
back, if you want to come back and talk about that, I would be very interested in hearing what your data shows you. That sounds really fascinating.
Well, I
So,
am just so glad to hang out with you on Super Bowl Sunday.
oh yeah, who's
I
playing?
put on red because I was like, both of the teams are red. So
Okay, it's
I know my
Kansas City and what's the other one?
Tampa Bay.
Kansas City,
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay. Okay. Okay. Well, may the best
Yes.
team win. Whatever. So
Well,
yeah, they're both both of them
I
are
am
red.
for
So
Kansas
whatever,
City.
whichever
I'm
one
kind
wins.
of biased. Well, my
Now
son
you
works
want
for the
to visit.
Chicago Bears, so I don't have to worry about his team. So it's kind of like, well, all right.
Well,
I
whose team?
can
Chicago
watch
Bears.
the game.
Who you said? Whose
Yeah,
team?
my son, he is he works in social media for the Chicago Bears. So at 20,
Nice.
he got the position at 22, 23, because he's been there a year.
That's a
So
cool job. That's my hometown team.
so yeah,
The
Mama
Bears.
Bear
That's
is
the Bears.
proud of him getting going, because it was like I instilled some kind of quality in him that he
Mm-hmm.
really thought that he would get the position, because he had to apply for it. And I was kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay, I've never treated him with I don't think you're going to be able to do that, because, so, I've always told him, shoot
Of course you can do
for
it.
the moon and be your best self. So when he
Mm-hmm.
called me and said he had gotten the position, I was just like, yay, until he said,
Mm-hmm.
well, are you coming to a game? And I was like, it's cold up there. I got to. So
Yeah.
2019, I got a chance to go up there to see the team play. So, I was
Yeah, I
like,
mean, if he's working for the Bears, you could probably sit in one of those fancy, what do you call those with the fancy seats?
no, he's not at that level yet. He
Oh,
just beginning, so he hasn't gotten up to the box seats yet. So, but
okay.
I went, did go. I enjoyed myself, and I took lots and lots of pictures, because he knew that I was not going to come back. And so the day that I
I do.
went, because nobody told me Soldier Field was on the lake, or I never
Oh yeah,
would have went. And so,
this is
it was
serious.
like the
Yeah.
wind, girl, that wind was whipping me, and I was just like, oh, Lord. So then, and I couldn't
Right.
find him. It's 200 and some people on the sidelines, and I couldn't find my baby. And I just kept looking, and I was just, and I was enjoying the game, and I was rooting and doing, but I still, and the third quarter, it started to sprinkle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of trying to figure out my exit, because I was just like, no, I'll just keep walking around in the bathroom, just keep on looping, because I'm not going to be out here getting wet on top. And that's when I saw him, because he looked up in the stands where he knew I should be. And I saw him, and then the Lord said, okay, ma'am, we're tired of you talking about this right here. So it stopped raining, because I was just like, I don't not stand out here for this. But it was a wonderful experience. Just be in the stadium. Like I said, I'm from the South.
Soldier Field is an awesome stadium. It's super old school. Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you had that. So I want you to tell us, if you don't mind, a little bit about your website, because that is like the hub of your business pretty much, right? 𝗪𝗏𝗠.com.
I'm learning. I'm technologically challenged, but I don't shy away from stuff. So my website is www.𝗪𝗏𝗠, and it has because not only are we line dancing, but I also started a virtual book club. So
Nice.
it has the dates on there when we have our book club meetings, and I went on and posted out for the up until June the different books that we'll be discussing, and it will tell you when we having bingo. Yeah, I try to keep it as up to date as possible. It has some of the songs and stuff that we do. I don't have any that I've done. I've posted from the people from YouTube, and it just gives you, an idea of who 𝗪𝗏𝗧 is and what 𝗪𝗏𝗧 is doing, and how, don't let anything stand in your way of your dreams. And for some people, they've stopped dreaming. So that's what I want to leave.
It's an attractive website. It's a nice website. 𝗪𝗏𝗠.com, folks. Check it out. And also, if you don't mind, I want to just throw some shout outs around, because you were talking about competition, line dance competition. A lot of people might not be aware that the different cities across the country have line dance clubs, and it's a big deal. They have conferences. Here in Durham, we have Bull City Sliders. I want to give them a huge shout out. I don't know if now Angela is a person I know over there, and Angie Jeter, and then is Down South Shuffle, Nikki's group. Is that a line dance club? Down South Shuffle. I know she teaches line dance.
Down South Shuffle was actually a class over at the library. So
yeah,
they don't have the class right now. So
okay, I didn't know if they're a club or what. I just wanted to give a shout out.
And then I always got to give a shout out to Melinda Honey Evans. She was one of my when I first started line dancing. She was over at Down South Shuffle. Miss Juanita, sad to say, she passed away last year, but she was one of the instructors over at Down South Shuffle. And then Kara used to have a line dance class on Tuesday and Friday. So shout out to Lafayette. So at one point I was line dancing 5 days a week at with the different instructors, and I got to say, shout out to Nikki and Lafayette, Miss Juanita, and Melinda, because they saved my life. They gave me a platform, and I had one of my first dance events. They all showed up. And I was just so full with, it was just gratitude, because I never thought I would be throwing line dance parties, that's for sure. But once again, sometimes you just have to take the road that you're given and do what you need to do. So, and then I got to personally thank you, because when you and I met, I was starting my business. And we met over at the community center, at the community college. And you said you were a DJ. And I was looking for a DJ. And so, we exchanged cards, and, and I took the baby little steps to go find, I went to Care Center, because that was when we were over at the Care Center. And,
those were fun.
Called you up, and we put that stuff together, and we went over to the luxury box, and we we were traveling, we were having a good time, and hopefully we are going to pull something together so that you can be the DJ while I be on one of our Zoom. We're gonna have an event, and
I'm
we're gonna
hoping.
let you DJ while I am partying, and not, because I realize I don't do DJ well. I'm not a good DJ because I'm over here trying to think that I got to put the music on, then I got to teach it, and then I got to do, and by that time,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
it's
Well,
like,
hopefully this COVID-19 will be over soon and we'll be back to normal. One day, let's hope, let's just keep hoping that COVID-19 will end soon so we can get back to partying again. Because you throw a good party with the food and everything.
Well,
You
like
throw
I
a good
said,
party.
with support, no, I couldn't do it by myself. So, I have, I have, I moved here. I didn't know anyone. And now I am, even with the mask on, I got people saying, "Hey," and I'm like, "How the world can you see behind the mask?" And then I've been kind of so, but I could not do what I do if I did not have the support of people around me who wants the same thing. They just want to take a minute out of their schedule, debrief. We figure not, because like I said, we just don't. We don't, not only line dance. We are doing. I've been at. We've had a team with the Triangle Hard Walk. We have participated in Lisa P. Foundation event. We are doing, wherever there is something about health and wellness activities, I'm trying to push it because I need people to be as educated as they can be so they can be as healthy as they can be. And then that way they can have the best quality of life that they're able to. So that's pretty much what my whole mission and my goal is. And, we go, we were out eating, we go and, they have learned about gluten-free because I'm gluten-free and yeast-free. So, everybody they kind of know that now. They know, they know my limitations and know what I don't do and what I do, because I need to be as healthy as I can be so I can help more people.
Exactly. I love how you do that. I love how you combine fun, dance, and community and health and all that. It's really brilliant.
Well,
and I want to tell you
one. You don't know what your purpose, but that's with my purpose, and that's I take my purpose seriously. Well,
why not, right? Why not? Indeed. I want to tell you a quick little story and why what you do is so, it could, like you said, it could be life-saving. And I had the occasion, I used to play at the Durham Center for Senior Life every month. And there's this one lady, I had never seen her before. And she showed up at the senior center and she was like dancing. She was dancing hard. I mean, she was really dancing. She never sat down, constantly moving, obviously having a wonderful time. And then when it was all over with and I was cleaning up and I was packing my gear up, and I asked the director, she's not there anymore, but the director who was there, and I said, "Who is that lady? She was really dancing." And she said, "Oh, well, that was so-and-so." She said, the reason why, she said, "You really helped her." She said, "Her sister just died this week." And that was her first time coming to the senior center to dance. And she just let out all of her frustrations and her grief and sorrow through dancing. And I mean, when you're a DJ, you figure you're just playing music for people and they're just dancing. But she said dancing really, like you said, it really can help. So what you're doing, I think, is really beautiful.
And once again, my sister, the reason that this is American Heart Month, and I'm changing the schedule this coming week so that our students can attend the Women's Health Awareness Day activities that's talking about heart disease.
Okay.
And I have to take it very seriously because I had my 36-year-old sister die from heart disease and diabetes. My mother, she had massive heart attack while she was suffering from cancer. My father died at 48 with a heart attack. Maternal grandma. So I have lived through what heart disease can do to a family. And I have to stop and make those changes in my diet so that I didn't end up being a statistic or having that, and we just don't realize how it's all connected. So since the pandemic, and my line dance people, they're laughing because they know I'm terrified of the dentist. I don't even want to go for a cleaning, but dental health takes, you have to have your dental health done so it helps your heart health. So I bit the bullet, and I went and I did what I needed to do, but you just don't realize how much what heart disease can do to your body.
Well,
sometimes
I was shocked. They are connected. They are totally connected. I know someone who he's deceased. He had, I can't remember what it was, some kind of an infection, tooth infection. He let it go. He never took care of it. And somehow it led to a heart ailment. I don't know how they're connected, but yeah, they're connected. If you don't take care of your teeth, you can have a heart attack or something.
And with us that have fibromyalgia, chronic illness, or chronic pain, we take medications. And a lot of times the medications give us dry mouth. And the dry mouth decay the teeth. And my doctors are used to me now. The change in when my multi-specialist first met me, and he had diagnosed the fibromyalgia, and I was this person with no esteem, it wasn't even low, it was just no self-esteem, because I had lost everything that was important to me, my career, my community activist, all of these things. And for him to see me now, he's kind of like, and I was like, I'm gonna have to, you're my Facebook friend, I really don't need you. So, but just for him to see that change in a patient, and just go from that, I know that I have the medicine that creates the dry mouth. The dry mouth creates the cavities. I have to go take care of the cavities, and my new dentist, I knew that she didn't know me. We didn't have the conversation about I have reason why I'm here, but I know that I had to make a decision. I can either not take the medicine and have perfect teeth, or take the medicine and be over here at the dentist. So I choose to take the medicine so I can be upright and I can dance and
that's good.
Enjoy life and travel. That's the only thing about the pandemic that I really have a problem, is that I'm not able to travel, and all of my little trips and stuff was canceled in 2020.
Tell me about it.
No, not all the trips. I did get my little trips in January, February, but the rest of the trips got canceled. So that's the only thing about it.
Same here. Last year, I was supposed to go to like 4 different cities last year, and I got in Washington, D.C., but everything else was canceled after that. But listen, Marvis, I just want to thank you so much for being on the show. You can come back whenever you like. And some of you might have seen Marvis hop in during Bull City Hangout, my daily show that I do on Facebook and YouTube. So you are welcome to hop in again whenever you like.
Thank you so
thanks
much
again,
for inviting me.
Absolutely. So 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏com. Check it's a really nice website, Marvis. I really like looking at it. It's very modern. I really like it. I like the features.
It's a work in progress. And like I said, it's on the job training. I'm learning.
I got you. Well, thanks again, Marvis. And you have a great day.
You too.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
All right. Talk with you later.
Okay. Awesome. Now, that was a wonderful conversation with Marvis. Before I go, I got notified on Facebook that, let me just make this quick announcement. This is for Durham, obviously. Don't Waste Durham. They have their Green to Go Dinner Club. And the reason why I'm telling you about this now is because the next Green to Go Dinner Club is going to be tomorrow and Tuesday. And that means what they're doing, they're helping local restaurants basically stay open. They're having such a hard time. So what they're doing to promote their reusable food container campaign, they are partnering with restaurants. This week's restaurant is 𝗀𝗃𝗧 Durham. So basically you go online, the link is on the word page, the Durham Skywriter, durhamskywriter.com. Go to the word page, read about Don't Waste Durham's Green to Go Dinner Club. So it's a vegan restaurant, okay, here in Durham. I think they're in the Parkwood community. But anyway, you have until noon Monday, tomorrow, that's why I'm telling you now, to make your order and pay for your order. And then you will pick it up at the ballpark in Parkwood, where the library used to be. And that will be on Tuesday from 5:30 until 6. The food will be beautifully packaged in reusable containers. When you're done with the containers, you can drop them off at your leisure at the ballpark. There's going to be like a reusable container pickup station, or rather drop-off station, and then it will be picked up by someone from Don't Waste Durham, and then it will be sanitized for reuse. So definitely check that out. 𝗀𝗃𝗧 Durham restaurant, that is a Black-owned vegan restaurant, really hip from what I hear. And just read about it on the word page. So thanks again. You have a beautiful day or evening, whatever time of day it is. And I will see you real soon with Bull City Hangout if you're here in Durham. Actually, you don't have to be in Durham to watch it. I do it at noon, weekdays, 10 on Saturdays. Basically, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite people like Marvis to click on the link and then join me on camera and shoot the breeze. So anyway, let me find my little end of show there. There it is, my credits. So I'm going to roll the credits, and I will see you for Bull City Hangout tomorrow at noon, and the next Sunday at 7 for TV Skywriter. As far as the Super Bowl is concerned, may the best team win. Ciao for now.